Hi everybody, I'm back. So we're back to do the Santa wreath. I've got them all sewn up and I hope you guys did too. Um, I did use some glue with them and you know, just parts of them, but I did end up coming back and sewing him. So yeah, he's looking pretty good. But I want to show you a couple of things on my wall here. Um, I just finished this one here, and it's another one of those decommage. And like I said, if you got the right stuff, it won't fray as bad, especially with the wood burner. So I did put, that Star Trek petal in there so that, I kind of filled it up because I had like little holes in there. So I thought this would be, an added bonus. But I did have to cut a circle of mesh, okay, to make this because I didn't have any room left. So this is a pointed petal as well, where I zip tie it together. So this is what it came out to be. It's very Christmassy, very bright, also very dark. I'm not sure about it. It's, yeah. Anyway, I want to show you guys that. I thought this would be a good sale for my craft show as well. It as well didn't take me, well, it took a roll because I did have to do the Star Trek petal. And then I had to take, I think it was like maybe 2 or 3 pieces from another roll. So that wasn't so bad, right? I could still keep my cost down, right? So, and then I have a lot of people are asking me about this little guy, okay? This is not my idea. I cannot take credit for this. It's an idea I got off of Pinterest, okay? But the person that had it done, they had a green glove here. So they made it look like the Grinch. And I thought I'd make a Santa one. So this is what I came out with. And of course, I'm into bow making and I thought this worked out very well with, my cuff and everything else. And my bow isn't too big. So this is what that is. And it's one of those Dollar Tree candy canes, which is really hard to get that curvature on there. I find it very difficult. Even with my blue one, it's still, I still have to finish. I got to put it back on this. But even that one, it's really hard to get that curvature of the candy cane because the wreath, it's so small. I think the length of it isn't long enough. I think that's what the problem is here. So, yeah, somebody suggested to put 2 of them together. And that's a good idea. The only thing is, if you're using 2 frames, then you would end up, losing. So you could use 2. And it would extend, but then you end up, you would lose this much of your frame. I don't know what you would end up, using for this. Because then you would have, a piece of frame that has, you wouldn't have the bar across. So I don't know what you would do with it. However, I thought this turned out pretty good. And like I said, I can't take credit for this other than, what I made. Because somebody else actually made this on Pinterest. So I thought it was cute and I kind of stole the idea. So I guess that's what it's there for, right? I mean, same with my ideas. I always say, go ahead and copy me, that's why I'm here. So now we're on to the Santa wreath. I can't figure out if I want to put them on a square frame, or if I want to put them on this big 18-inch. I put this little petal here, and I don't even know if you guys remember, but this is that nice mesh that I just received, right? And it cuts very well with the wood burner. I'm very, very pleased with it. The other one, not so much. It has a lot of fabric in this one, and I found that it was burning. It was actually burning. So this would have to be cut with either a rotary cutter or you would have to start it like, you know, and maybe make bubbles or something with this. I don't know about making petals. You know, I think it would fray a lot, and yeah, but this one, way better. Look, I made this nice little petal here, and I was thinking of maybe going all the way around like this, you know, and then putting my Santa inside. Also, another thing that I did was I took a glove, okay? I took a rubber glove, all right? And I stuffed it with my pillowcase, my pillow stuffing, okay? My clean pillow stuffing, all right? I bleached it and everything, so it's all nice and clean. So, and then I took a lot of the air out of it, and then what I did was I put a glove on it. So what I'm thinking, okay, is when I attach this Santa onto here, I'm thinking that maybe he would, you know, maybe I'd get him to hang on to it, you know, somehow. I guess that's, yeah, this is the wrong hand, so it would be on this side. But, you know, him coming in and hanging on, it would be from the inside. So, yeah, it'd be coming in this way. So he would hang in, or this way. Yeah, this way. So then, yeah, and then I would have him in there, and then coming in, you know, maybe hanging on. I don't know how I would gonna put him on here, but anyway, the ideas are flowing. They're just going all over the place. But anyway, I thought this would be a good idea for the Santa because he's going to take up a lot of room inside. And this, I thought maybe do a whole round of this all the way around and use bar 2 and 3. It would cover up the whole frame. But then I would need a mesh in the middle as well. And, you know, so I'll have to figure out, you know, because the mesh doesn't cover the whole thing. Do I want to put another frame in here to make sure that I get enough room here? Or I'm not sure yet. So it all depends on how big this Santa is, okay? And he is quite big. So on that note, let's move on to the Santa where I'm at with him. Okay, so when I left you guys, we had him turned inside out, and I had to sew him, and then same with the mustache, right? So what I did was is I made my little Ziploc bags, okay, full of stuffing, and I did the mustache. I sewed the mustache all the way around. I'm going to show you guys, okay? I've got him tacked on to my Santa right now, just pinned on because I just want to know where he was going to go. But I'm going to unpin him so I can show you where his where he's at. All right. So I'm going to bring my camera down just a wee bit. Okay. All right. So here's the mustache. All right. So here's what I did is, first what I did was I glued all the way around, and then I came back with my needle and thread and I sewed it, and I just tacked it in, okay, where I thought it needed it. It's not like this major sewing job, all right? It's just tacked in where I thought that it might come apart. But, you know, I did go all the way around with it, all right? You know, I know I see some places that are a little bit more tacked down than others, but I think that's my glue. Yeah, because I'm all the way around it pretty good. So, so this is my mustache. I had I put my, why do I have this stuff all over this? Something red. Hopefully it's not my lipstick. I'm hoping. Where's the... Anyway. So there's my mustache. All right. So now what I did, you can hear it. I've got 2 Ziploc bags in here that I've stuffed in. Okay. So I had it all glued down and sewn down all the way down to here. And I found it really hard to stuff it all the way up to here. But that's okay. I've got the good stiffness on here, which, you know, it's not going to fall, right? And, you know, in here, it's nice and thick. But I don't want it too thick where, you know, it's going to take up, you know, it's just going to bulge out of the Santa's face. I still want it fairly flat. All right, so for the nose, what I did was I cut a piece of mesh, a little tiny piece of mesh, a round piece, okay? And then I took 2 pieces of felt and I glued it around it, all right? And then what I did, I sewed it around and then I folded it back like my, that little hat. But I didn't like the look of it. It kind of looked like a pig's nose. And I was like, ugh, this is not what I want. So I just left it at that. And then I took another piece of felt, a bigger piece, and I wrapped it around it, okay? And I squeezed it so that I ended up with like something like this, okay? And that's where his nose is. So that's what I did, and I wired it up, okay, really, really tight. And then I put some glue on it, and I pushed it, I glued the nose like a lot, and I pushed it down, and I just held it down there, okay, so that this material here was going to glue itself onto his nose, and that's exactly what I got, okay. His nose is, and now I can just, you know, puff him back up, and then he's good to go. So there's my little bags, and that's all I've got left to sew on my little Santa here, all right? So he's doing good. And also, you know, remember I said to you guys that I, you know, left this open here? Well, the reason I did that, okay, was so that down here it kind of forms a little bit of a lip. And then when I put his mustache up, all right, we're going to get that little lip here, right? So, yeah, there we go. See? So that, I want it to be kind of on a little bit of an angle because he's on an angle. So, yeah, so I'm going to bring that little lip down a little bit. And this will be right underneath his nose. So, I'm going to bring the camera now so you guys can follow me on where we're at here and what we're going to do. I'm just going to move this over. Okay. All right. So I do have my thread already. It's threaded and ready to go. So like I said, I did my little Ziplocs, all right? And what I did was I tried to take as much air out of them as possible, okay? Because I want some air in here, but I don't want too much, all right? And especially down here, you know, I had to push it down. So to do that, I just, you know, opened up my Ziploc and I just pressed down until it came right, you know, as much air out of it as possible. And then I zipped it back up. And then, like, you know, you've got this flat, still can go a little more than that. And there we go. So now I had this, you know, where I can bend it and do other things with it. And if you need to take more out, well then, you know, you take more out and then, you know, zip it back up. And now I've got, now you can see it's almost like one of those, you know, those machines that, and this is perfect because, you know, you want that in there. And the less air in it, the better, because, you know, if it does get moisture in there, then it's not going to be, there's no air in it for the mold to actually grow. So, and that's our ultimate goal there. You know, we don't want that mold to grow. And now I've just lost, oh, here it is. We cannot lose this needle and thread. Okay, so now, as you can see, you know, I still have a lot of stuff that's glued on here from the fur. But all you gotta do there is, you know, you just take some tape and you just take that off. It comes right off. And then, you know, do that at the end. So you end up with a nice clean Santa. So this is where we're at. And I'm going to start sewing them up because now all I have is this little piece that's left over. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold that in and this one here as well. And I'm going to just start sewing this together right here. Okay. So, you know, when you got a little bit of felt or something right here, I'm going to start from the inside because I don't want my long piece of thread here to be showing. So I'm going to throw that in here. There we go. And then I'm going to sew this in here. Just like so. And I'm going to hide that in there with my needle. And I'm just going to keep sewing back and forth. We're going to be putting a hat on this. So, you know, I'm not saying, you know, don't do a good job. I'm just saying that, you know, your job is really just more tacking than anything because we're going to cover this up with a hat. So we need to do a hat. So here we go. I don't have much to do here, so I wanted to keep it simple for you guys. And same with the nose. That was very simple. I sewed them a couple of times and, you know, make it what you want. It doesn't have to be like this guy, but I thought it's pretty cute. When I first did them, it did look like a pig's nose and I didn't like that. So I knew that I would be comments, or somebody would comment on my pig's nose. So not necessarily you guys right here at home. Ah, you got pig's nose. Yeah. Yeah, it's all good, folks. So look, see, now you can see that, you know, my seam is there, but it's not really showing, okay? Yeah, I'm not quite, yes, I am rounded out here. It's just, you know, because I'm sewing it up right now. So this is all I got to do here. I'm going to sew it with you guys so that, you know, when you guys are with me, make this video a little bit longer. Let's see here. Where am I at? Right here. Whoop. This fur gets caught up on everything. As you can see here. It's getting caught up. Uh-oh. I didn't want this to happen. Okay. I don't want to break my thread here. Come on now, what's going on? This could be some glue. Ah, I broke it. Okay, that's okay. We will just fix that. I wonder what it was. It's all right. Something didn't agree with my thread. That's what happened. So, in this case, I'm going to take that thread. I'm going to cut it right off. And I'm going to go back a couple stitches. Oops, sorry about the noise. I'm not sure what happened there, but we will fix it. Okay. So I'm just going to go back a couple of stitches from the inside first, because I don't want to see my knot. I have so many things on my table right now. I got so many things on the go. And I'm still getting ready for this craft show, folks, which is still up in the air. Like, what kind of craziness is going on here. Like, I thought we were all supposed to be getting open and everything, but that doesn't seem to be the case in some areas. So I don't think it's fair that they have a whole opened arena and they won't open a restaurant. That makes no sense to me whatsoever. I feel for those people. Those are the ones that are starving the most. They need our support more than a freaking hockey game. I'm sorry. I love hockey, but this is these people's bread and butter, man. This is crazy. Anyway, I'm not going to get political. It's not my game. So essentially here, folks, I'm just tacking her down because I'm going to put a hat on for those who are just joining us. Oh, by the way, you guys, speaking of joining me, I did lose one subscriber, and I'm sorry. I hope I didn't, I'm sorry. I hope, you know, you weren't bored or whatever, you know. Maybe it's because I'm not making a flower right now. I'm not sure. I'd really like to know why that person left, but that's okay. However, folks, I'm like 20 short of being 500 subscribers. I remember back when I was like so excited I had 100. I was reviewing some videos the other night, and I was the one where I reached 100, and I was all excited that I got 100 viewers, and now I'm, you know, looking for 5. Geez, I don't want anything. I just want it all, right? Yeah. Anyway, to those who are subscribed to me, thank you so much. You don't know what it makes. This makes me feel like, you know, you guys are liking what I'm doing, and I hope you can see what I'm doing. You can see this guy's nose, but yeah, I think you can see what I'm doing. And those who aren't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. You know, there's a lot coming. I have a lot of Christmas stuff, and don't worry, you know, a lot of them are flowers, and so poinsettia galore, right? So like the one I made, you know, just recently. I guess you can pretty much, if you wanted to make that one a poinsettia, you could. And where did I get that material from? I think I got it from the Wreath shop. The Wreath shop has been supplying me pretty good because of their prices. Even, you know, when I factor in the Canadian dollar and my custom fees and shipping and all of that, it's still cheaper for me to buy it at the Wreath shop. You know, when you're looking at a deco mesh that costs you, you know, anywhere from $3.24 to $6, there's no comparison, you know, really and truly, when you're looking at $12, $13, $14 here in Canada for deco mesh. And I'm not kidding you guys. It is what it is. So with the borders opening up, maybe that's going to change. I don't know. But I know that I'm going to be, you know, there's a craft outlet, I think it's craft outlet, in not far from Ogdensburg, and that's where I'm, you know, pretty close to. So guess where I'm going? I'm going to go indoor a craft outlet and see what's going on in there. I can't wait. Yeah, I cannot wait. This is going to be exciting for me. And by the way, my Canadian audience is growing. I think this is really cool. Thank you, Canadians, for coming in to my channel. It's great. If you guys have any questions on, you know, supplies, I can direct you, you know, in a lot of different places. There's Lake County Treasures. They're really good. They're on Etsy. I've bought a lot of stuff from them. When I can't find something, like I was looking for red fabric mesh and I couldn't find it anywhere in the stores. The Wreath shop didn't have it. Nobody had it, but Lake County Treasures did have it. I did pay a little bit more money for it, but you know, when you need something and you really, you know, you got to have it, then, you know, they're a good place to find, you know, what you're looking for. Uh-oh. How did I create these knots? I don't understand. These knots get created, and it's probably because I'm not paying attention to my thread. All right, we're going to leave this right here because, you know, I have created this little messy thing here. But now you guys get the idea, okay? So now the next thing I can do, I got some googly eyes. Now I got to do is, I really want to make him as flat as possible, okay? So I take his mustache and I'm going to, you know, figure out where that's going to be. So I know that's where his nose is, and I do want it a little bit on an angle. So I'm going to sew that on, okay? So I want this to be so that his lip kind of, and I'm going to do it this way. I know there's a little bit of a, I've got a little mistake right here, but so I want his mustache to go like this, okay? Just a little bit on an angle, offset from his, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some straight pins and I'm going to pin that onto his face so that I know exactly where it's going to go. All right. So that's where I want it. And I'll pin one here so I know where. Okay, so that looks about right. Yeah, I think that's where I want them. So now I've got some googly eyes. I could make his eyes, but I think, you know, these little googly eyes are kind of cool. So I'm going to stick those on there. Let's put a little bit of glue on here. I'm going to stick them on. All right. I like to keep them close together. I like their eyes close together. There, we got his eyes in there. One other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of that fur. We got some of that fur here. So I'm going to need a couple of pieces of this for his eyebrows. We'll cut that down and we'll make his eyebrows. Okay, so I need two of those little pieces there. And then, I don't know if you guys remember how to make my hat. It's very simple. Maybe that's going to be the next tutorial where we'll make the hat. And, and there goes his eyebrow. I think that one would probably look pretty good right there. Right? Whichever way you want. I mean, you can make it as thick as you want. You know, yeah, I think that looks pretty good. So I'm going to bring this up a little bit and talk to you guys. Okay. So now we're at that. I'm at 30 minutes with this tutorial. I don't like to make them that long. So this is where, you know, our little Santa's at. His lip is going to come down a little bit like so. And oh God, he's cute, right? I love him. So this is where we're at, and I still have another eyebrow to put, and we're gonna put a little hat on him. So if you guys want to go ahead and make your hat, you go ahead. Or I could just maybe put a little toque on him, like maybe I'll put because he's already red right here. Maybe what I'll do is I'll put a hoodie. right? And that might make it a little bit easier, but then I'd have to bring it up to the front. So I think I'll put the hat on. I think the hat would be better. So here we are. We got some eyebrows to put on here. We got a hat to put on his head. And then we have to decide if we're going to put him in a round frame. All right. I could put him in a round frame. Maybe have him sticking his head in like so. And then those hands in there. Or I would put him on a square frame and do pretty much the same thing. Oops, there went his mustache. Or pretty much do the same thing. So I would, you know, well, I'm gonna put him like so, and maybe put him like in this position on the square frame. I don't know. His nose just fell off. I mean, his mustache just fell off, so he's all, you know, I don't know. I don't think my square frame is strong enough. It's really flimsy. I like this nice square, this nice round one. It's nice and strong. And him being so big, I think that this is the way to go. And maybe with this nice little petal in there, I think that might look pretty good, right? So I think this is the way we're going to do it, is with this round one. So on that note, folks, I would like to wish you guys a wonderful day. I'm looking for my button. And please subscribe to my channel. Like I said, I'm working on 500 and I'm so close. I'm this far away, like 20 subscribers is all I'm looking for. It would really make me happy, and it's not monetary that I'm looking for. It's more succeeding that, you know, I have that many people looking at me. So on that note, I would like to bid everyone a wonderful day. I hope this was informative for you. As soon as we're done this, we're going to make a flower. I am dying to work on my new stuff and show you guys, you know, where, you know, what we can do. Maybe we'll make a candy cane together if you'd like. Leave me a comment in the comment box to let me know what you guys want to do next. We have this Santa. Maybe we can do a candy cane. If not, then we'll make maybe we'll make a poinsettia, something. I'm thinking a white poinsettia. Maybe everybody would like to do that. So on that note, I wish everybody a beautiful day. It's raining, it's crappy, but it is what it is. We have to accept it, and God bless each and every one of you. Have a great day. Oh, this